Ange, it must be good to have Archie back.
Yeah, no, he was moving pretty well this morning. Still got a session to get through, but yeah, he's pretty keen to get back to Munster, and yeah, it's great to have him back in the side. He obviously important part of what we do, and particularly here at home, you know, it'd be great for our supporters to see him out there again.
You must be full of confidence now that hamstring is 100% now.
Yeah, look, like I said, we've got another session to get through. We'll see how he pulls up today, but he's done everything right in terms of the rehab and you know, in terms of the time out. This was always the plan, and he's ticked all those boxes. As I said, we've still got one session to go, and probably the fact that it's a Sunday game helps us as well. But all the signs are that it'll be right.
Was today the key session in terms of assessing it?
Well, he had to get through today. You know, we weren't going to take him into the game unless he got through a full session, and as I said, being a Sunday game, he gets a full session today, he gets a chance to recover, and you know, we'll do a short, sharp session tomorrow, and obviously if he gets through that, it means that he's coping okay.
Mark said yesterday that pretty much the week's just been you guys training the way you always do. Has that been the case? It hasn't been any more hard than usual?
No, not hard than usual. Our training's always hard, and you know, I think it's a constant amongst what we do, regardless of whether we're going well or, you know, the results haven't been going for us. So it has been in many respects, you know, business as usual for us. I think it's really important that we stick to our approach and our philosophy, and that is including working hard at training on a weekly basis. And I think the players have come to accept that, and you know, that means there's no surprises.
It's not anything you have any control over, but I guess after a result like last week, is it been a benefit for the guys to have a little bit of time away, or would you rather have got them straight back into it, or how's it been?
Oh, look, you know, those kind of things sort of take care of themselves. You know, the performance on Sunday will show how the week's been for us. I mean, that's the most important thing for us, is to you know, get back to playing some good football, and Sunday gives us that opportunity, particularly here at home. So look, whatever the reaction is from last week or the last few weeks, we'll see on Sunday.
Were you focused on anything in particular?
Not anything in particular. I guess from our perspective, you know, our performance last week was nowhere near the standards that we've set, and results can often go either way, but you want to be performing at a certain level, and we didn't. And some of that was just we met a really good side and we were really poor, and when that combination happens, you get punished. We can't afford to be really poor again.
Bit of tinkering with the side there. Have you settled on your first 11 yet?
Oh, we'll have a look how things go tomorrow. As I said, Archie's available, which is obviously great for us, and you know, from there on, we won't make too many changes. He'll probably be the only one, but we'll have a look how we set up.
Nathan Coe made a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes last week. Was that just a confidence thing, or?
I think it was just group peer pressure. Everyone was making uncharacteristic mistakes. They all wanted to be a part of it. We all had a poor night last week. There's no, you know, if people think one individual said it let us down last week, it's not the case. As I said after the game, from the head coach down, we had a poor night, and all of us probably did things that you know, we weren't proud of moving forward. But that's part of what we do. You got to dust yourself off and get back up and on to the next challenge. There's no point you know, losing too much sleep about it. The only real solution is to keep working hard at training and play at the levels and perform the way we're capable of.
After a performance like that, is it sort of important that you come out and make a statement, that have a really good
yeah, look, I guess when you're this close to the finals, I mean, we're 5 games out. You know, the key thing, and it's a new sort of final series, but in any final series, your form going into it is probably the best indicator as how you'll go, even more so than later positions. I think last year, if you look at it, probably the 2 best performing teams going into the final series were Brisbane and Perth, and they made the grand final, even though, you know, Central Coast finished first. You know, they had to juggle ACL commitments and didn't have great form. I think the form going in finals is the best indicator you've got. So, from our perspective, whatever's happened, you know, last week or the week before, it's really important the next 5 weeks we hit our best form of the year. If we do that on the eve of the finals, it gives us the best chance to perform well and win the competition. So I think even if we were flying at this stage, my main focus would be to make sure that we maintained it right up until the final series. There's no point peaking today and not being right when the finals come around, because you know there you're going to have to play some pretty high quality football to win the competition, and that's our goal.
A couple of weeks ago you were sort of vying for first place on the table, and then it's sort of, you've hit a few stumbling blocks since. Have you pinpointed exactly what, was there a change in mindset? Do people look ahead a little bit too much? Or?
No, I don't think so. We met all the teams around us and we fell short, which is probably an indicator where we're at the moment. And I think at our best we can knock anyone off, but we're not at our best. We've shown that we can stumble as well as anyone, but that shouldn't detract from the fact that our aim at this football club is always to be top. I'm not afforded the luxury of being at a football club where saying making finals football is enough. Our supporters would be pretty disappointed, I think, if that was our target. Our target every year is to try and finish top, and us putting it out there is just saying what comes logically for representing our football club. So if we fall short this year, so be it. It means we haven't reached our target, and next year it'll be the same again. So I don't think it's a mindset or anything. Like I said, we met 3 good sides over the last 3 weeks, and we didn't perform anywhere near our levels, and rightfully we didn't get any rewards for it.
Ange, how's Flores?
Yeah, Marcos, not too bad. He should be out running tomorrow. That's the rehab program. Look, he's a chance for next week, but again, we'll assess how he comes back and goes through all his rehab processes. It was only a slight thigh strain, but it was a strain, so it's usually a 10 to 14 day sort of proposition. As I said, if he does everything well, chance for next week, but if not, definitely the following.
Do you think Stella did enough to regain his starting 11 spot from last weekend's performance?
Oh, look, I don't think any of us will put last week down on our CV as a recommendation for anything. So, no, but Francesco, look, we went there with some pretty young players, and we're putting a lot on them. And you look at somebody like Mike McGlinchey. He's played 100 games and he got a hat trick. Mike McGlinchey at 18, 19 was still learning the trade as well, like a lot of our young players. I remember Trent Sainsbury. When we played him with Brisbane a couple of years ago, and Thomas Broish, taught the young man a lesson. But from that lesson, he's become a really accomplished footballer. So you can't fast track that. So all our young players are getting some good lessons at the moment. They're learning what it takes to be a top flight footballer, and if you don't perform to certain levels, you get punished. And they're learning their trade now. And but I'm super confident that. In 100 games' time, we'll have some good footballers on our hands.
Were you surprised that the Jets are resting a couple of big names for this weekend?
Not really. If you look at their schedule, I think they're backing up with another Friday game, and Gary rightfully is probably thinking that along the same lines as every coach, that you want your best players right, fit and ready for the run-in, because it's going to be tight. It's tight for 5th and 6th. That doesn't mean I don't think they'll be under strength. If anything, they're going to have a fresh side out there full of running, which will be a challenge for us. But no, it doesn't surprise me, and I think anyone in his position would do exactly the same thing.